Hello guys and girls, welcome back to Football Transfer Report, where we bring you the biggest Premier League transfer stories and football news all in one place. There's plenty to get through today, including another busy week at Chelsea, Crystal Palace strengthening at the back, Newcastle's new manager making his first signing, Everton closing in on an experienced midfielder, Brighton investing in one of England's brightest young forwards, and Hull City chasing a deal that could make history for Australian football. Then, right at the end of the episode, we'll bring you a major update involving Mykhailo Mudryk that's been making headlines across the football world. So let's get started. We begin at Chelsea, where the Blues have officially completed the signing of Valentin Joseph from Strasbourg in a deal reported to be worth around £35 million. The 22-year-old Argentine has signed a huge 7-year contract, keeping him at Stamford Bridge until the summer of 2033. Although many supporters know Barco as a left-back, he's much more than that. He can play as a wing-back, tuck into midfield, and is extremely comfortable carrying the ball through tight areas, making him one of the most technically gifted young players in his position. After spending last season at Strasbourg, a move to Chelsea always looked likely given the close relationship between the two clubs. But the Blues clearly believe he's ready to make the step up to the Premier League. This isn't just another signing for the future, either. Barco already has senior experience under his belt and arrives with the versatility modern managers love. It'll be fascinating to see exactly where he's used because he offers Chelsea so many tactical options. Whether it's defending, progressing the ball from deep, or joining attacks further up the pitch, Barco has all the tools to become a really important player over the coming years. Danny Welbeck has officially joined Chelsea from Brighton, with the experienced striker signing a deal until 2028. The transfer fee hasn't been officially disclosed, although reports suggest it's around £5 million. At 35 years old, Welbeck arrives with well over a decade of Premier League experience, having represented Manchester United, Arsenal and Brighton during his career, while also earning more than 40 caps for England. Last season, he proved he still has plenty left in the tank, scoring 13 Premier League goals and once again showing why managers value him so highly. He's intelligent with his movement, works tirelessly without the ball, and has always been one of the league's most selfless forwards. Chelsea aren't signing Danny Welbeck to score 30 goals a season. They're signing somebody who can help develop younger forwards, offer leadership around the training ground and still produce when called upon. It's a transfer that perhaps won't generate as many headlines as some of Chelsea's blockbuster signings. But don't be surprised if it turns out to be one of the smartest pieces of business they do this summer. And Chelsea's move towards adding experience doesn't stop there, because Jordan Henderson is also on the verge of completing a move to Stamford Bridge. The former Liverpool captain has agreed to join Chelsea after leaving Brentford by mutual consent, with a free transfer now expected to be completed once the final formalities are finished. Henderson is 36 years old and is set to sign a 2-year contract running until 2028. Like Welbeck, this isn't a signing aimed purely at improving Chelsea's starting 11. It's about bringing leadership into one of the youngest dressing rooms in the Premier League. Henderson has captained clubs, won Premier League titles, lifted the Champions League and played in countless huge matches for both club and country. Whether you agree with the signing or not, there's no denying the experience he'll bring. It's another indication that Xabi Alonso wants more balance within his squad. Rather than relying entirely on exciting youngsters, Chelsea now appear determined to surround them with players who've experienced pressure, won major honours, and know exactly what's required over a long Premier League season. It'll be interesting to see how Henderson is used, but even if he isn't starting every week, his influence around Cobham could prove just as valuable as anything he produces on the pitch. Let's hope he can escape injury after climbing over advertising hoardings this year. Next, we move across London because Crystal Palace have officially confirmed the signing of Spanish defender Óscar Mingueza from Celta Vigo on a 4-year contract. The 27-year-old arrives after several impressive seasons in La Liga and gives Palace another versatile option across the back line. Although naturally a right-back, Mingueza is equally comfortable as a wing-back or in central defence, something that fits perfectly into Pierre Sarge's flexible tactical system, having come through Barcelona's famous La Masia Academy. before gaining valuable experience at both Barcelona and Celta Vigo. Mingueza is another technically gifted defender who's calm in possession and comfortable playing under pressure. Palace have quietly become one of the Premier League's smartest clubs when it comes to recruitment. Rather than chasing the biggest names, they've consistently identified players who fit their style of football, and Mingueza certainly looks like another example of that approach. He brings international experience with Spain, tactical flexibility, and plenty of composure, and this could easily become one of those signings people don't talk about now but end up praising by the end of the season. Next, we go up north, to Newcastle United, where the Magpies have officially completed the signing of goalkeeper Lucas Horníček from Portuguese side Braga. Newcastle haven't officially disclosed the transfer fee, although reports from Portugal suggest the package is worth around £26 million, with Horníček signing a 5-year contract at St James's Park. At 24 years old, the Czech goalkeeper has built a reputation as one of Europe's most promising young keepers, combining excellent reflexes with impressive distribution and confidence when playing out from the back. This is also the first major signing under Newcastle's new manager, Matthias Jaissle, who recently succeeded Eddie Howe after the club agreed a compensation package with Al Ahly to bring the highly rated German coach to Tyneside. Jaissle's teams have always placed a huge emphasis on building attacks from the goalkeeper, replacing Pope and Ramsdale, so it's no surprise Newcastle have moved quickly to secure somebody as comfortable in possession as Horníček. Standing well over 6 feet tall, he's commanding in his penalty area but equally capable of starting attacks with accurate passing from the back. It feels like a signing made with both the present and the future in mind, and one that fits perfectly with the direction Newcastle now seem to be heading under their new manager. Christian Nørgaard is another player edging ever closer to a Premier League move, with Everton reaching an agreement in principle with Arsenal worth around £7 million. The Danish midfielder is expected to undergo his medical before completing the switch to Goodison Park. And while it's not officially over the line just yet, all the major pieces now appear to be in place. At 32 years old, Nørgaard would bring a huge amount of Premier League experience to David Moyes' midfield. He's the sort of player every manager loves to have. Disciplined, hard-working, excellent at reading the game, and someone who very rarely gives the ball away cheaply. Everton have made no secret of wanting to add more leadership and composure to the centre of the park, and Nørgaard certainly ticks those boxes. After several excellent seasons in English football, this feels like a move that suits everybody involved. Arsenal receive a fee for an experienced player, while Everton gets somebody capable of making an immediate impact rather than needing time to adapt. If the medical goes as expected, don't be surprised to see this one officially confirmed very soon. So he won the league, became a champion, and then dipped. Next up, Brighton have officially confirmed the signing of exciting young striker Valentin Joseph from Blackburn Rovers. The 18-year-old England youth international has signed a 3-year contract running until 2029, with the transfer fee remaining undisclosed. Joseph attracted interest from several clubs this summer, but Brighton have won the race once again, continuing their reputation for identifying some of the country's brightest young talent before anybody else. Last season, he scored 21 goals in just 31 appearances across Blackburn's youth teams, and those performances quickly caught the attention of scouts across the Premier League. Brighton have built a fantastic reputation for developing young players over recent years, giving them opportunities in the first team before selling them on for huge profits or building successful sides around them. Joseph now joins a club that's become one of the best places in England for young footballers to develop. He's unlikely to be thrown straight into Premier League action every single week, but if Brighton's recent record is anything to go by, this could be another name we'll be hearing a lot more about over the next few seasons. Now we move to Hull City, where talks are progressing over a deal that could become one of the biggest transfers involving an Australian footballer. Hull are in advanced negotiations to sign 18-year-old centre-back Lucas Herrington from Colorado Rapids, with discussions continuing over a package that would become the American club's biggest ever sale. The young defender has already represented Australia at international level and is understood to be very keen on making the move to England. Although the transfer hasn't been officially completed yet, reports suggest negotiations are progressing well, and confidence is growing that an agreement will be reached. Herrington is regarded as one of Australia's brightest defensive prospects, combining his physical presence with impressive composure on the ball for somebody so young. Hull clearly see him as a player capable of becoming a key part of their future, and bringing him to English football at this stage of his career could prove to be a very smart investment. It's another reminder that clubs are now searching for talent all over the world rather than focusing solely on Europe, and this is certainly one to keep a close eye on over the coming days. And Bournemouth have agreed a deal to sign Spanish right-back Juanlu Sanchez from Sevilla. The fee is €11 million up front, with another €2 million potentially arriving through add-ons, taking the full package to around €13 million. Juanlu is 22 and is expected to sign a 4-year contract once the medical and final paperwork are completed. He came through Sevilla's academy and offers Bournemouth plenty of flexibility because he can operate as a traditional right-back, push higher as a wing-back, or even fill in on the right side of midfield. He is quick, energetic, and likes getting forward, so this feels like a signing made with the intensity of Premier League football in mind. Sevilla are also expected to retain a percentage of any future sale, although reports differ slightly on the exact figure. It is not officially announced just yet, but the agreement is in place and only the final formalities remain. And finally, a big story of the week that isn't actually a transfer. Chelsea winger Mykhailo Mudryk is officially eligible to play football again after reaching a settlement that brings his long-running anti-doping case to a conclusion. The Ukrainian international is now free to return immediately and is expected to rejoin Chelsea's squad during their pre-season tour in Hong Kong. It's been an incredibly difficult period for Mudryk, who always maintained that he never knowingly or intentionally took a banned substance. Following the settlement, Chelsea released a statement welcoming him back and confirming they'll now focus on helping him reintegrate into the squad, regain full fitness and resume his career. Mudryk also thanked his family, friends, Chelsea, his teammates, the supporters and his legal team for standing by him throughout what he described as the toughest period of his career. Whatever your opinion on the case, there's no doubt this gives the 25-year-old a huge opportunity to reset his career. Chelsea invested heavily to bring him to Stamford Bridge, and after such a long spell away from competitive football, all eyes will now be on whether he can rediscover the exciting form that first convinced the club to sign him. One thing's for certain, it'll be one of the stories to watch as the new Premier League season gets underway, if he stays with the Blues, that is. And that's a wrap for today's Football Transfer Report. Let me know down in the comments which of today's moves you think will have the biggest impact this season, and if there's a transfer or story you'd like to see covered in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, do all the YouTube stuff. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.